Lucky last, Rob. Difficult affair. I have selected number 1, Blazing Jewel. This horse was racing against good company earlier on, has gone to the provincials and been competing quite well. I've put him on top, number 1, Scott Cundy taking the drive. From number 7, Vanston Magic, and for third in the race, number 9, Ships Fire. 1, 7 and 9 in race 8. Each way best. I'll go each way again, Rob, for a little bit of value. Race 4, number 11, Management.
All right, thanks, Robbie. Enjoy your night up with the Punters Club here at Moonee Valley, and we'll catch you tomorrow up there at Mildura. You can bring us back a little bit of fruit. Here's Brisbane, race 1.
Slowly away from barrier 1. Shadow Sea headed out fast. Mainland Raider and Waggio showing some speed. Turco Kiwi is now punching through to the inside and Strata going forward, but he'll be 3 wide on the first corner. Just behind them, McKelton also caught deep, passing it by and Able on the Drover's Dog. Then Leo Gets, followed by Timid Sermo, and Hazeldine Rojon drops to the tail. They run down towards the 1200 metre corner, and Waggio has found the lead, and the favourite Strata strides up on the outside to be racing second. Third the rail, Turco Kiwi, and Shadow Sea has angled into the 1-by-1 trail. Racing 3 back on the rail was the Drover's Dog, being covered by Mainland Raider. Then Timid Sermo tucked away inside of By and Able, followed by Leo Gets third last, second last Hazeldine Rojon, and McKelton, seeing them all 12 off the speed, past the post with 1,000 left to pace, and they went through the first quarter in a quick 28 seconds, but now the speed has slackened in front and Raycross is dictating terms with Waggio. It's Waggio 3/4 to Strata racing second. He's doing it tough facing the Breeze, but he is a tough type. Third on the inside, Turco Kiwi. Shadow Sea's in a good spot. Fourth, 1 out and 1 back. Travelling fifth, the rail, the Drover's Dog. Mainland Raider was midfield in the running line. Then Timid Sermo inside of By and Able. From the tail of the field, McKelton easing 3 wide. Going around, Leo Gets. And Hazeldine Rojon last as McKelton went roughly and lost his position. 500 left to go. Next quarter in 32.9. Half 60.9. Waggio's a half length clear of Strata racing second. Turco Kiwi third in need of a run. Shadow Sea yet to peel. By and Able now coming up 3 wide, being tracked up by Leo Gets. Mainland Raider trying to push out of a pocket. Then the Drover's Dog hemmed away on the rail, followed by Hazeldine Rojon, McKelton and Timid Sermo. 30.3 down the back straight. Waggio now under pressure. Strata laying down the law. Shadow Sea easing 3 wide, coming after Strata. Mainland Raider looking for a run, and then Turco Kiwi and By and Able. Waggio giving something on the inside. It's Waggio and Strata settling down to fight it out, but Strata will be a touch too strong. Strata wins from Waggio. Third a photo, possibly Mainland Raider from Turco Kiwi. Then Shadow Sea, Leo Gets, Timid Sermo, followed by the Drover's Dog, Hazeldine Rojon, By and Able, and McKelton last in 1:59.8.
Gave the trifecta a fright, Robbie Orbis. 7, 4 and 5. He tipped 7, 4 and 8 with Shadow Sea not far away from him in that pack there. But Strata, gee, it's a good horse getting home on the outside. It hasn't won for a while, but I tell you what, it's had its foot on the till and has duly saluted tonight to defeat number 4, Waggio, and number 5, Mainland Raider, Peter Gregg getting third. Number 7, 7, 4, 5 in Brisbane for race 1 up there. Next is at Adelaide over there, the pace over for C2 horses. Let's have a look at the totes. You've got 3 minutes of betting time left here, and the favourite at $2.60 and $1.40 here is for number 5, Bugsy Sarnell. Again, that's the horse that Robbie's tipped on top. And of course, Robbie Orber filling in for our good friend Bobby Kane, who I believe is still sitting up at home as Neil Donnelly jumps into the chair now to have a look at some of the other races here at Moonee Valley tonight. And bustling Bobby is coming to hand, I suppose, in racing parlance fairly well.
Rob, good evening. He's doing very well, Bobby. I'm pleased to tell you he's annoying all the folk at Kilmore and driving Judy crazy. And
has she got him to the track yet?
I don't think so, but I don't think it's far away. I reckon there's a little chance he might sneak down here next week.
We'll wait with bated breath.
It'd be great to see him back there.
It would. Okay, if you're sitting at home having a look at us, Bobby, we look forward to having you back with us. And I dare say your old mate over there in South Australia too, Woodshed, would like to hear from you at some stage as well. 562, the number, sorry, in Adelaide. As I said, as Neil joins me, he's going to have a look at Melbourne races in a little bit more depth later on. The Caduceus Club pace, I'll get you to cast an eye over. But how's your week been, and what's happening in the world of harness racing?
It's been a very busy week.
Well, for you it has,
very busy, it has, yes. With Keith Hillier in Tokyo, I've been hosting race day on News Edinburgh morning, which has kept me out of mischief, I'll tell you. And busy weekend for you too, of course. I'm sure you've told all our viewers already that big coverage on 31 tomorrow with Mildura Harness and the 2 Gallops codes, of course. Here at the Valley and at Geelong as well. So it's going to be a big day. And the Japan Cup is being run in Tokyo. It was about 5:20. So.
Yes, I've got a little bit of info on the Japan Cup. I did tell people a little bit earlier on. I'll give you that very shortly when we get a moment or two. But it's a huge day of racing here tomorrow. And I'm sure for many of you that can't get to the actual venues, I know Geelong is going to be an absolute sensation down there. I think there's about 5 or 6 Olympians going down there tomorrow. They've got a fun run. They've just got absolutely everything happening down there, and I think they're hoping, fingers crossed, down at the City by the Bay to get about 10,000 people.
I didn't know about the fun run. I'd have been first to enter if I'd known that.
Well, Dan Malecki's running. You will find him.
Is that right?
Yeah, Dan's there. He's running tomorrow. He's been sort of in work only about 4 days, but he assures us that he will probably...
Any idea what time that's being run? If it's after 3 o'clock, there's a good chance I'll be...
It's about 2:43 to be exact.
Oh, I reckon I could be running straight to the fridge at that stage.
Well, we've asked Adam if Adam could just go down to Geelong or even just go home for a change so that these people, their parents down there, could at least recognise him anyhow.
Yeah.
And at the same stage, just probably lurk in the background there because if Dan doesn't come back, so... But I'm looking forward to that.
Fun runs. Have you ever seen anyone smile in those fun runs?
Yes, I have.
You have?
Yeah, at the start.
It's like when you see joggers running up and down the street, you never see them smiling. I often wonder about that.
Well, it's like anyone that plays a musical instrument too. You notice every time they used to have those talent quests, they'd always say to the trumpeter, I think you've got to smile just a little bit more, show a little bit more animation, all that type of thing.
It's
but
a bit hard when you've got something stuck in your mouth. Isn't it?
The old story when you hit the brick wall too.
Why don't we have a look at the Moonee Valley, the totes for the third here,
Okay.
and let's just see if we can get some sort of indication of what is favourite. OK, not surprisingly, Rain Again is favourite again, although, as we said last week, Rob, when he was, long odds on, 5s on.
Not for me.
He
Significant driver change.
Most definitely. Led and was run down by Forever Admiral. And then he went around during the week and was beaten again. And in fact, Everestus, who ran third in that race last week, beat him during the week. The point you make is very significant. Brian Gath now taking the reins on this horse, Rain Again. And if anyone can get this horse to race up on the steel, I think probably Brian Gath can. In fact, the trainer, Neil Brady, who has been driving the horse this week, actually got himself in a bit of strife in New Zealand yesterday. He's had, for some 4 years now, some excessive bicarb problems in New Zealand, and yesterday he was actually found guilty of 6 of those charges. So there's been no penalty handed out yet. I don't know what it will be, but he's in a bit of strife, Mr. Brady. But I think you might... you certainly got a good chance of getting something out of the wreck tonight. I actually like number 1, Lombo Cochise, who went up at about 9-2 there from barrier 1. I really think that this has got a fantastic chance of 1 being the first leader, and if that happens, and if Rain Again comes along and wants to hammer him, well, I don't really think that's a problem. He can let it go and sit on Rain Again anyway. Either way, I think it's got a fantastic each-way chance.
All right, Globe Derby on start time. 2:40, 1:40 here for number 5. That's the favourite. Bugsy Sarnell on top, tipped by Rob Alber as well. OK, let's go across and join Jamie.
And they are about to run in race number 2. Blue light on, they're off. Gina Lollo eased out of it out wide, away quite well Starlight Stacey, and also Pressdale Blue, and punching up on the rail Achtung Baby. A line of 4 to the first turners, moving up strongly wide out Bugsy Sarnell. Lubretta just behind those. Then in the centre would be Vincentio. DJ Tanner further back in the field. Marie Camella lands third last. Just Dark went to the inside, and right back to the tail goes Gina Lollo. Couple caught wide here as they swing for home the first time round. The leader is Achtung Baby. In the breeze second, Starlight Stacey, and Bugsy Sarnell working overtime out 3 deep. They were followed then in behind Bugsy Sarnell, still out 3 deep by Vincentio. Lubretta the rail behind the leader. In the centre then Pressdale Blues fired up a bit. Just Dark to the inside. DJ Tanner third last. Second last Marie Camella, and 5 metres away last of all Gina Lotto. The lead time in 45.2, and now with a real spurt Bugsy Sarnell strode to the lead, and Vincentio now moves to the breeze. Achtung Baby on the rail, and ultimately Starlight Stacey finished up 1 by 1. Lubretta 3 back on the paint, and Pressdale Blue pulling hard midfield the outside. DJ Tanner right behind him. Just Dark on the inside. Marie Carmella still second last, and at the rear is Gina Lollo. Here's another move now. Pressdale Blue, he can't hold him any longer, and around he goes Pressdale Blue. The leader is Bugsy Sarnell. Pressdale Blue now sweeps to the breeze. Achtung Baby on the inside rail, and now Vincentio sweet seating, but he worked hard early. They were followed then back on the inside. Lubretta on the outside of her, then came Starlight Stacey. Marie Camella now sweeping around them from last of all, getting past DJ Tanner, and on the rail Just Dark, and right behind Marie Camella is Gina Lollo. The first quarter in 32.5, a circuit out. Bugsy Sarnell worked hard early, and Marie Camella zoomed up to him quickly, a lap out. Right behind them Pressdale Blue, Achtung Baby. Gina Lollo now stuck out 3 deep. Lubretta bailed away on the rail. In the centre then Vincentio. DJ Tanner taking off. Well, Starlight Stacey started off in the breeze. She's now got shuffle back to the tail and getting up on the inside, Just Dark. 600 out, second quarter, 31.9. Shaken up in front, Bugsy Sarnell led by 3 metres. Marie Camilla in the breeze and moving up to them, then out 3 deep, Gina Lollo. Aktung Baby behind them struggling, so too then in the centre, Pressdale Blue. DJ Tanner making some ground and then wider out, Starlight Stacey. It's still Bugsy Sarnell half a length in front. Marie Camilla now trying very hard on the outside, 3 metres away, then Gina Lollo. 15 metres, the others headed by Aktung Baby up to the turn. Bugsy Sarnell the inside in the centre. Marie Camilla and out 3 deep, then came Gina Lollo. On the swing though, Bugsy Sarnell found 2 or 3 metres. Marie Camilla again coming after him and down the outside, Gina Lollo, but Bugsy's pulling out plenty and Bugsy Sarnell's going to hang on and score. Good win that, Bugsy Sarnell. Marie Camilla second, close up Gina Lollo. 12 metres away then Starlight Stacey, a fair run. Close up DJ Tanner and then came Just Dark, Vincencio, Aktung Baby, Lou Bretta, and after pulling hard in the run, Pressdale Blues run at the tail.
A night at the Trots is a great night for a group function or fundraiser. Social clubs, sporting clubs, a family get-together, or even an intimate dinner for a small group. In fact, for groups from 2 to 800, it's great value. There's a wide range of packages from exclusive dining boxes to lavish smorgasbords. Call Pat on 9370 4000 for all the details.
Harness racing, now that is big.
Oh, there's something I haven't seen before.
Hello, it's birthday time again. Today is Saturday the 25th of November and we at Channel 31 would like to wish Susan of Region a very happy birthday from your son Jonathan. Also celebrating a birthday today is Jessica Spillane of Melton. A happy 6th birthday to you from Mum and Dad. Other viewers on our Channel 31 birthday list include Frank Smythe, who loves the Trots. Happy 50th birthday from your wife Rosie. If you'd like to put a birthday message on air, drop us a line here at Channel 31. Please call during business hours on 9650 5610. And if it's your birthday today, we wish you a very happy birthday from everyone here at Channel 31. Happy birthday.
Globe Derby, right on start time here for the next. Now, let's have a look and see what we've come up here with the totes. Now, 240 for the winner. I want to say right on start time, it's over and done with, so it'll give you a rough idea what you're going to get, actually. Here we are, not concentrating. 240, 130 for the winner, as tipped to by the boys, defeating Maria Camella, and you can expect 180 for her, and number 6 is third. That's Gina Lollo, and that's disappeared. But here they come for you, in order, hopefully. 5, 9 and 6 for race 2, the C2 over there in Adelaide. Just a little slow, but Robbie Orbis at least got you off to a flying start. We might come back to that when the boys get those totes up for us. The Caduceus Club pace, Neil, we started to talk about rain again, probably in some instances and judged by some people, and myself included. I'll put my neck on the line here. I've just felt his last couple, he's been a little bit disappointing. It was a huge tip for him when he ran second behind Forever Admiral here, and just, you know, the horse just collared him right on the line. I know they finished their last half in 57.7. They came home their last quarter in 28 and a bit, but he's a horse that's really got to be tapped along with the whip, being able to run along.
Yeah, he's a one-pace grinder, and he's proven that with the way he's raced in New Zealand too.
And we see the way this fella here drives the horses like Twilight Warren. He loves to be able to, if they've got any stamina about them, he'll certainly find out where they've got them big.
And you've often seen Brian, he loves to get his horses travelling, and he has them racing up on the bit. And if he can get this horse to race on the bit, he is a genius, as we've often declared him anyway. This is some high-quality horses here. Collect again is a horse number 8 that's racing extremely well. It was an extraordinary run last start, went fourth behind Danny Strike in the consolation of the Geelong Cup. He missed away at the stand and was 3 wide the last lap and a half and was still only beaten the length and a bit. It was a terrific run. We saw Laura's Revenge put up a surprisingly good win here last week, number 5. I guess it's not hopeless on that form. And as I said, I thought Lombo Cochise had an excellent chance from Barrier 1. Magic Bubba was an impressive winner, the new Sydney mare, when she beat the mares here a couple of weeks ago. I guess it does come back to rain again with Brian Gath on tonight.
There's a bit of class there.
There is. Oh, well, I mean, he's a horse. He got beaten 3.5 metres in the Legends, a $50,000 Group 1 race here 3 starts back. And that was a fantastic run. He was 3 and 4 wide the last lap that night, as you remember. I think at the odds I'm going to have something on number 1 each way, but I wouldn't be surprised if Rain Again was too strong for them. Although I can't forget what happened here last week. It makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It certainly does. All right, so Neil's gone for the one at a bit of value on top here to beat number 3 Rain Again. Dan Malecki's gone for the favourite Rain Again. Bookmakers have kept him fairly safe. Rain Again, they're not prepared to let punters on, let's say. Well, they are prepared to let them on, but they're certainly not giving you any generous odds. Just having a look at Brian Gath, I'm just getting right away from harness racing. Well, not right away from harness racing. Good friend of ours, young Michelle Maher, I think. Michelle was here on our show a little while back doing some tips with us. Her dad, John, of course, has been involved in harness racing for a while. Young Carmel, one of their girls, was killed last Saturday morning, unfortunately.
Oh, dear,
I got the shock of my life when I learnt, because you immediately think of young Michelle when they said it was John's daughter. Our sympathies go out to the family and all involved in harness racing, because they are a very, very well-known family throughout the world of harness racing. As I said, our thoughts go out, and I suppose, like anything, Neil, life's just got to roll on and just hope that those wounds just heal up in the not-too-distant future.
Yeah, very sad news.
The reason why I alluded to it with Brian there, of course, they were neighbours of the Gath family out there at Longley, out there at Bendigo.
As we see on the tote then there, Rain Again, just trimming up into 240 there, I noticed, as Brian walked past the indicator board there. Here it is now, 240 and into $1.20 the place. Lombo Cochise. Actually, he's drifted on the tote, and I can tell you he's been an alarming drifter in the ring. Not that we're allowed to tell you, but I just have. Magic Bubble's about the right odds, and Collect Again has been fairly solid, both on the tote and in the ring as well. It's a highly competitive M2 and M3, and I think the tactics of Rain Again and Brian Gath will certainly will be the key to the race. I'm sure of that, Rob. Depends what Brian wants to do on this horse. If he wants to turn it loose, well, that could set it up for anything to happen.
OK, well, they're going to get away right on time. And there's the favourite on screen there at the moment. You can see the colours of him, the black-white spots, easy to pick up, and, of course, the orange sleeves and the familiar red helmet there, which is B. Gath's, I was going to say stamp of approval. Well, it virtually is, I suppose, isn't it? We get so used to having a look at their colours. OK, this is race 3. Let's go to Brian.
All set now, Caduceus Club pace. The favourite again, Rain Again. And they're set. They make a good line. All set for start racing. Rain Again goes away OK, but so too does Lombo Cochise, who's trying to keep him out. Magic Bubble gets to third, and Mark Time goes forward the outside. Then Delarac followed by Juan Miguel, Laura's Revenge and Collect Again. Lombo Cochise goes through and keeps out the favourite Rain Again. Out 3 wide now. Mark Time travels up to the leaders as Rain Again on the outside. Now looks like heading off Lombo Cochise on the corner. He does. Magic Bubble in turn ends up with a 1-out trail at the expense of Mark Time. Then Juan Miguel on the outside of Delarac, a break of 12 to 15 metres to Laura's Revenge and Collect Again, some 8 metres away in the straight at the 1900. The leader is Rain Again from on the outside. Mark Time second within 4 metres of the leader. Lombo Cochise now takes the trail third, and fourth on the outside ahead away is Magic Bubble at the winning post, 2 rounds out. Then Delarac on the inside, ahead away to Juan Miguel, 5-6 metres away Laura's Revenge and 6 metres away Collect Again. Turning out of the straight at the 1600 metre corner, and Rain Again is the leader from on the outside. Mark Time without cover. He's racing second about 5 metres away. A metre back to Lombo Cochise. Here's Laura's Revenge now from second last, making its move down the back at the lap and a half mark. Lead time in a 59.8. Fifth on the outside, Magic Bubble. Then Delarac on the inside of Juan Miguel. And 6 metres away, Collect Again. On the top bend, nearing the 1350. Rain Again on the outside in front narrowly. Laura's Revenge on the outside draws up within a metre. Third the inside, Lombo Cochise. And now fourth with some cover is Mark Time, trailed up by Magic Bubble, the running line. Ahead back on the inside to Delarac. 1 away from the inside. Second last is Juan Miguel. And Collect Again, some 20 metres off the lead, is back at the tail. At the top of the straight, the quarter in a 31. At the 1000, Rain Again the leader. Still by 1.5 metres to Laura's Revenge. And the bloke in front's had a real good run tonight. Rain Again. Travelling third is Lombo Cochise, held up on the rail. Fourth on the outside is Mark Time, trailed up by Magic Bubble. Delarac on the rail. Collect Again again from last now. He pulls to the outside 3 wide. So back at the tail is Juan Miguel and about to ease on the back of Collect again as Mark Time now pulls to the outside, turning out of the straight at the 600 the second quarter in a 32.7. He's travelled real well in front tonight. Rain again. Margin 1.5 metres to Laura's Revenge. Mark Time out 3 wide. Worked up into third placing. Trailed up by Collect again. Still third last. On the leader's back, Lombo Cachise followed by Magic Bubble. And the last two are Delarak on the inside of Juan Miguel. Approaching the home turn at the 400 metres. Still Rain again being held together by a metre. 2 on the outside. Laura's Revenge under pressure. Mark Time boxing on out 3 wide. Just in behind them, Lombo Cachise Collect again about to pull out 4 wide. Then Magic Bubble held up from followed by Juan Miguel and Delarak. Third quarter 29.6 of the 180. Brian Gath now goes for Rain again. Will he find something? He's a metre in front of Laura's Revenge. Lombo Cachise needing a run. B. Gath is getting plenty out of Rain again. He's in front of Laura's Revenge. Then Collect again on the outside, and this is the real Rain again. Rain again wins 1.5 metres to Laura's Revenge. Third maybe Collect again, a nose to Magic Bubble. Lombo Cachise close up, followed by Juan Miguel. Then Delarak, and Mark Time has run last.
B. Gath, as we said before, Neil, a significant driving change there tonight. It was interesting whether the boys can go back and let us have a look. About here, you can start to see B. Gath here, no whips, nothing at all. Just see the little bit of a niggle in the cart, trying to get this horse up another bit, because he's a horse that really only responds to hard driving. Yeah, and actually he couldn't. The horse never at any stage grabbed hold of the bit, but Brian just kept him running. I was of the opinion, I think so was B. Gath, that the danger then was the horse behind the leader, Lombo Cachise, but it's managed to get a bit of room late and was very disappointing. Didn't run on at all, Lombo Cachise. I was disappointed with his effort, but this was just a case of B. Gath virtually out-driving them. I don't think the horse really proved a lot. He just he kept going, and he proved that, as we already knew, that he's a nice horse and can run a bit. It's just a good drive, to be honest. A good front of the field drive by Master Rainsman. I think it has too on the extreme outside. Collect again, doing its best work towards the finish there. 28.6 the last quarter too, significant, isn't it, Rob? Johnny Caldo, Johnny Caldo virtually telling Dan earlier on after winning an earlier race that he gave the horse a real chance, but it does make it a little bit tough to try and come from behind when they can sprint like that. Here's a nice tight shot here of B. Gath. At this point of time, too, Andrew Peace really hasn't asked Laura's Revenge for a huge effort, but you'll see him just feel for the stick here just before they come to the corner. I think he's probably nursing the horse more than anything, Neil. Just trying to get him around the corner to see if he could find something up the straight. You could see Brian's getting fairly serious there now on the leader. And considering they've run 28.6, actually this virtually Brian's American driving style leading right back there. He learnt that in the States when he's there with the foot out of the bike too, and I think Mr. Lawler will be too happy to see that. But too good the winner, and I guess it was a very nice drive too. I'll never forget, we saw him here one night, and it wasn't all that long ago either. He was hard up on the back of another horse, and then we saw him leaning back about 3 or 4 metres, and almost got the impression, well, I got the impression that the driver in front would be thinking, hello, B. Gath's gone on the horse behind me. So he went on the top of the turn, and of course that was just enough, a little bit of space for B. Gath to get out, and just went ping. But yes, they may have a little bit on the young blokes, but they're still cunning. What they can't probably beat in youth, they'll always beat you with a little bit of cunning, won't they? Experience, it always helps, doesn't it? Let's have a look at Brisbane, Neil, as these horses return to scale, and we'll have a chat with Brian when he comes back on Rain again. The next up there, 8.10 race 2, 360, 180 here for number 11, Inner Atom, I should say. On top 2, tipped by Rob Auber. To win from number 7, Caltexian at 460, 219. He's thrown in Supreme Vic for third. That's at 10.80 and $1.70, number 2. So Robbie's Aubers, just to refresh your memory, 11, 7 and 2. Salvationist Sam, which I suppose might be a name and tip for around about Christmas time for what all the good salvos do for everyone who is in need over that particular point of time. Salvationist, I'd love to know what his breeding is. Good heavens. Yeah, probably by Salvation, I would. Good heavens, actually, you didn't realise what you said then, did you? No, I didn't. Glory be. $17, I can tell you, bookmakers have got a lot shorter than that. So maybe there might be just a little bit of an omen tip if you want to throw it in to the into your trifectas. I know the Salvos certainly wouldn't be backing it, but Salvationist Sam could be a little bit of each way value for you in race 2. OK, let's go trackside. The Master, B. Gath, returns to scale on Rain again.
Yes, that he does. He certainly is the Master. Problem horse for punters, Brian, this horse in the last week, but I get the odd feeling he's a funny horse to sort out.
He's not really funny. He's fairly lazy, Danny. He drops off to sleep and that. I think he took a little while to settle in and get used to our style of racing. He'd be a very hard horse to beat in the future, I think.
You've had success with those colours before?
Yeah, a lot of success and had a lot of pleasure. A few disappointments, but he's a nice horse. He'll go a long way.
Yeah, I speak of Franco Ice when I talk of those colours too. Brian, congratulations. Good to see you back in the winner's circle.
Thank you very much.
Another one of our finest, Brian Gath, successful with rain again. Wasn't odds on tonight. It was $2, but you could have got better than that in the ring. Now here's a face that's familiar. Paul Courts. Just while I got you here, Paul. Paul Courts is a journalist with Trotting Weekly. Must congratulate you because we may as well let the cat out of the bag. Your fiancée Danny got engaged tonight. Yes. Well done. Congratulations, mate.
Thanks a lot, Dan.
That's Paul. You can put the face to the name now for the Trotting Weekly. He writes for the Trotting Weekly and does a good job there. Got engaged today. His fiancee's out here too. Hello, Danny. Congratulations to you both. There you go, Rob. A bit more news from the racetrack.
Danny, I think you could have at least told him you could have brought her to a better venue than the Trots. Now she's probably stuck up there in the stand somewhere, and he's enjoying himself, earning $1.
Yes, he's doing it well. I think he's taken her out in style tonight, but good luck to him. He's a fine bloke too. He'll be around for a little while, I'm tipping as well. So, good luck to Paul. I know what it's like to go through and get engaged and eventually get married. The pressure will be on. I hope he goes through with it, and we'll be looking forward to the date soon.
I'm sure he will go through. We could just have a look at him through Mr. McEwen's shoulder there, Danny, at the moment, and he's over there telling Tash, one of our photographers here on course, what you've just done to him on air. I think he's looking quite embarrassed by the whole thing. But I think you just better be careful, Dan, because he's probably looking for an evener-upper now.
Well, he's out here to break news, and I thought there's one thing I could do before him. Break the news on this one.
Thanks, Danny. Good to see Mr. McEwen back tonight here at Mooneyville. I don't think I've seen the boss around for a little while because he hasn't been on the well list for too long.
No,
but
actually, he was here last week. Was his first week back for a little while, and I can tell you that Paul's left his fiancée in the pressure meeting.
Oh, has he?
Yes, he has.
And you guys are looking after her?
I wonder if she knows what she's done. I wonder if she's been told.
Actually, the interesting thing is, I'm just having a look. I got a letter some time back. I don't know whether you can remember, Neil. In fact, I think you got to mention that too, from a young boy that did some work experience here at the Harness Racing Board. It was quite a funny letter, of which we read out on air. And in the letter, it had something: to be a world-class journalist, do you have to wear an earring? And I think he was having a shot at Adam Hamilton. Now you've had a look at Paul Courts there. I hope that young fellow is watching tonight. I think he might have to be.
I've got a bit of information too for that horse, that favourite horse of yours, Salvationist Sam. It's by a horse called Samarius out of Lord Help Us.
Well, okay, we can relate to it.
Some idea what where the names come from, but I still think it's a shocker.
Do you?
The name.
All right, well, let's have a look at the Tates. Actually, here for Brisbane Race 2. 11, 7 and 2, Robbie's tips on top. You can see there, $3 and $1.20 here now for Inner Adam. Let's have a look at it. Salvationist Sam, number 9. Out to the Devil's number, $13.30 and $3.10. So there could be a more omen there because we've got Salvationist Sam on the Devil's number at $13.30. Number 7, Caltexian. One of the best ads on telly at the moment, you know, that where they've got the salvos there, oils ain't oils. I reckon really sing along with that. Number 2.
You're enjoying yourself tonight,
I do,
aren't you?
yeah. Supreme, I've got to. Number 2, Supreme Vic, $7.30 is Danny's other tip. Yeah, I let it go before I had some visitors into the house last night.
Yes,
but,
I heard about that. Very sad, that, my friend. I'm sorry to hear that.
All I do is, at least I hope they do back a winner with it and perhaps give it to the salvos.
I think they got the biggest fright when they saw the 400,000 cash you had under the bed, mate.
I wish. Yeah. I wish. Brisbane Race 2. You know what's going to happen now? They're going to go to my house and have a look under the bed. I can tell you, there's a big dog inside the front door tonight. Brisbane Race 2.
Approaching release point at the 2100 metres, the favourite. Running from 3 on the second line, there's the light. Racing, Caltexian out wide was first to show out. JL, though, going quickly nearer the inside. They've beaten Dunmore for speed and Farmer Brett well away. He'll be third on the first corner. Back in the field, a breaker there. Tell It Now. She can't settle down and's putting herself right out of play, dropping out to be a conspicuous last. And Caltexian now crosses the face of the field and assumes control at the 1800. Settling behind it, JL. Racing third, Farmer Brett. And there's another breaker. Dunmore, who was travelling fourth on the rail, broke and continues to break. Salvationist Sam and Supreme Vic switching around it, and Inner Adam is off and running early, up 3 wide. Aerodrome was caught 3 deep. They're followed by Deacon Street, Happy Harry, Guy Rossi, and going around for practice now. Tell It Now, a further 200 metres away. Lead time 35.9. It's Caltexian, the front runner, but Inner Adam is rushing up on the outside, and Peter Gregg, he's having a bite for the lead, and he'll find it as they run inside the 1400. The new pacemaker is the favourite, Inner Adam. Caltexian Caltexan racing second. Aerodrome Pratted 3 wide. Supreme Vic between runners. Nearer the inside was JL. They're followed by Farmer Brett. He's racing midfield on the running line outside of Dunmore. Then the former New Zealand mare Salvationist Sam racing outside of Happy Harry. And together at the tail were Guy Rossi and Deacon Street. And that long gap to Tell Me Now, or Tell It Now. In for the bell with just over 1,000 metres left to pace. And In Atom, the TAB Queensland favourite, went through that first quarter of the last mile in a fairly brisk 29.5. So Peter Gregg will now attempt to slow the speed and give this horse a mid-race breather. 3 parts in front of Aerodrome, who's done it tough, now facing the breeze. JL hasn't spent a penny, racing third on the inside, and Caltexan was able to manoeuvre off the rail and angle into the 1-1 trail. 3 back the rail, Dunmore. Then Supreme Vic, who's covering Happy Harry from the tail. Deacon Street slipping up 3 wide. Further back was Farmer Brett, got shuffled back as Deacon Street broke. Then came Guy Rossi and Salvationist Sam. Down the back straight inside the 600 metres. Next quarter in 32.3. The leader was In Atom, ahead clear.